Hi, welcome to another episode of Dare to Live Seated Together with Terry Dawson. I am really excited about the way it seems the community is starting to build and to develop. And I just want you to know that as we are moving forward and we're laying a real firm foundation, I'll be reaching out to some of you because I want to begin to interact with you, and those of you who are willing to just see what these videos are meaning to you, how they're impacting you. And let's just have a discussion. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. And as we prepare for what's coming and what's ahead, I want to continue building and laying this foundation. I've been really looking forward to this week's episode. We laid a foundation somewhat last week about knowing the truth, because the truth that you know, that you become intimately acquainted with, the truth that you begin to accept about yourself as you are discovering the true you, the unique, genuine you that was created before the foundations of the world, that was everything that was put in you to be you. As you're discovering who that is, man, and you get ready to introduce that person to the world, here we go. So know the truth, and the truth that you know will make you free. Remember, we talked about the truth that you not only know, but that you embrace, and that you say, this is what I know to be true about me. That's the truth that begins to make you free. So I started thinking, free to what? Free to do what? Free now that I'm free. Okay, I've embraced the truth. How about this? I've erased the lies. And I've replaced those lies with truth. And I'm embracing the truth. And now I'm taking the time to get to know who I am in light of the truth that I've discovered. And that truth will make me free. Free to do what? Free for what? So this week's episode, we're going to call this one Free to Be Free. Free to be F.R.E.E. free. Because when you get to a point where you are so comfortable with the truth about yourself, that you are valuable, that you are worth something significant in the world, that you have something to offer, that you have vision, that you have things that no one else can contribute to the world but you. When you begin to accept that as your reality, now we need to be free to be free. So what does that mean, Terry? Free to be free? What does that even mean? So let's break it down. Are you ready? Strap in and let's go. Free to be free starts with free to be focused. Free to be recovered. Free to be equipped. And free to be empowered. Free to be focused, recovered, equipped, and empowered for life. Focused, recovered, equipped, and empowered for living intentionally fulfilled every day. Because here's the other piece of that, and we've talked about this before. Nobody else can do you like you. Nobody else can be you but you. So if you could bring you to the table, the world would benefit. The world would benefit from what you bring, what you have to offer, and what you bring to the table, and what you are supposed to contribute, the mark you're supposed to leave in the world. Wouldn't that be awesome? To get up every day knowing that you're moving and maneuvering through life the way it was intended for you to live it. So, free to be free. Free to be focused. How about this? Focused is something that you put your attention to. You fix your mind like this is what my goal is and this is what I'm going to accomplish. So I teach in one of my seminars the power of focus. And whatever you focus on, that is what you give power to. And here's the other thing, wherever you focus, wherever you put your attention, that is absolutely where you're going to go. Want to or not, that is where you're going to go. So what you focus on, you give power to, and where you focus is where you'll find yourself being drawn to. So we've got to make sure that we take responsibility over how we focus our attention. So instead of focusing on what I'm not going to do, I need to focus on what am I going to do? What am I committed to? And what I'm committed to has got to serve the end result. So if we don't know what the end result is, if we don't know what the goal is, and we're just shooting in the dark, we got to start with a goal. You have so much to give the world. You have so much to offer. And so if you focus on that and start living out of that truth and that reality is what you start to give power to. And that truth and that reality is where you'll be drawn. And I remember when I first started thinking about doing these videos, I was like, oh, wait, no, this has to be in place. That has to be in place. This has to be in place. And that has to be in place before I could ever do anything. Well, I'm still trying to control the narrative, and I'm still trying to paint the picture of perfection that is not real. Don't forget, perfection is not the goal. Consistency is. So it's not a matter of waiting until all the pieces are in place and everything looks like you want it to look before you take a step into who you really are. Because if that's all you're focused on is what's not in place, guess what? It'll never get in place. Things are always going to creep up to keep you from moving forward. But if I then say that these things are temporary, but what I'm striving toward is what is going to produce eternal, substantial, sustainable results, and I keep my mind focused on that, then at the end of the day, guess what? I'm going to see the sustainable, attainable goals that I have in my heart and in my mind, the vision that I now see for myself. I'll begin to walk in that because I'm no longer distracted by the stuff that doesn't matter. So what I'd like to do is encourage you to, first of all, make the decision to focus on what is true. Focus on what is real. Not that your life is in a place of perfection, because it's probably not. I don't know anybody's life who is. But what I do know is that when I focus on what is attainable, this is real, Terry. This really is reachable. And I focus my attention on that, I am no longer distracted by the stuff that doesn't matter. And it's not like there's not opportunity, because the opportunity is going to come every day. Why? Because what you focused on in the past is what will constantly pop up so that it can draw your attention away from the goal that you have set before you. I don't want to live out of that place anymore. It's time for me to get my eyes off of where I've been and fix my eyes on what's ahead so that I can begin to give power and focused attention to the goals that are set before me. I hope this is making sense to you. This is just this is week 1 of this 4-part series, Free to Be Free. So free to be, first of all, today, focus. Make the determination that you are going to fix your eyes on the prize. You're going to focus your mind on the things that are going to serve you as you're moving ahead. and you refuse to allow yourself to be pulled back into a pattern that paralyzes you with fear, that causes you to shrink back in timidity, that causes you to question whether what you see to be true about you is really true, make that decision. Change your focus. Change your focus, change your mind, and pursue the true you. Because the true you is ready to come to the table. The true you is ready to make a difference. The true you is ready to make an impact that will change your world.